decision to do something different than what I was used to. Probably one of the better decisions I've made in my life. I learned a lot about myself and definitely was the beginning of my transition. After completing the program, I went to sober living for 2 months before coming here. I know a lot of people that have come through Solutions for Change, and I thought I could benefit from coming here. I'm 40 years old, but I make it look good. For real though. 40 to do 20. Now I'm 40 years old, but I spent more than half of my life going in and out of prison. I grew up in a deep valley in Oceanside where gangs and violence and drugs are a normal way of life. Those conditions mixed with bad decision making has taken me back to prison over and over. I started drinking and using drugs when I was 11 years old. It began with alcohol and marijuana. As time went on, I progressed to other drugs. Alcohol became my main addiction. I couldn't shake it for the longest time, even when the doctor told me that if I continued to drink that I'd be on dialysis. My son Raider was born October 5th, 2018, and I have 2 older children that I spent most of my life in prison while they were growing up. But something about holding this little guy made me not want to drink anymore. You know, I told CD that I wouldn't drink that day, and you know, I told her that a million times. And I haven't drank since that day. I learned a lot in my time. I learned a lot during my time here. 2 things in particular that stick out is the resilience, the perseverance, the motivation, and the dedication from all these people that are up on this stage. You know, from sharing their stories, hearing the stuff that they went through. You know, we all come from the same walk of life, but in a different way. You know, it's still the same struggle. You know, but the goal at the end of the road is still the same. You know, and I learned a lot from these people. The second is, one of the requirements to be here is you have to get sponsored and do meetings. And I already had 21 months of sobriety when I came here. So I really didn't think that I needed a sponsor or to work no steps, you know. I thought I got it, you know what I'm saying? I could do it on my own, you know. I couldn't have been more wrong. You know, there's a gentleman that came to the program to do a men's group, and he invited a group of us to go to a meeting. And at this time, I was the only one that ended up going to the meeting and began to talk to this guy, you know, about how I grew up, the things that I've done, being involved in gangs and drugs and prison, you know, and not fully knowing, I'm thinking in my head, like, bro, like, this dude is white, like, he looks like he surfs all day, you know, like, what does he know about growing up in the hood or gangs or prison life? You know, I'm thinking in my head, like, this dude got his work cut out for him, you know, and you know, this dude grew up in the projects in Indiana, you know, and And to be white, growing up in the projects with a lot of African Americans, man, you gotta be a bad dude, you know. You know, he never judged me. He pushed me to be the best version of myself. Walked me through the steps. Completed the steps, you know, I learned a lot about myself and going through them a second time. It's a never-ending cycle, you know. You know, one of the things that stuck out that he had mentioned during that whole process was, said, man, you spend more than half your life in prison. Give me 1 year of your life and see if it doesn't get better. If it doesn't get better, then you can go about being clean whichever way you want, you know. And I took a chance with this guy, and I've become a better father, a better spouse, a better brother, a better friend, a better coworker. You know, now I'm able to give back. You know, I volunteer at places. I get to sponsor other men the same way that he sponsored me. I get to volunteer and have a group at the same program I graduated from and give back to those guys, man, because those dudes are like brothers. They are brothers, you know, and I love those guys. While I've been here, I was able to discharge parole 23 months early. This is the longest I've been out of prison since the 90s. I've been doing life on the installment plan. You know, any advice for like the new people, man? I advise you guys to press in, man. You know, your time here is an investment. You know, you're investing in yourself and your family. You know, if I can bet on me, I bet on me 10 times out of 10 against anybody, against all odds. And that's what you guys are doing. You're betting on yourself. You know, we've come from the worst possible things in life, and we're still here. You know, so it's possible. You know, it's called the past for a reason, because it's a vacuum. Things you do today are going to shape the future for you and your family. You know, and I just want to thank all the coaches that have got me up to this point. Neekwood, Shannon, Krista. I know I'm a handful, you know. You know, I'd like to thank Dennis and Viva for all those, you know, those talks when I had stuff on my mind. And just gave me an ear, you know. You've been running from that chessboard though, Dennis. I'd like to thank the program, man, for giving me a platform to work on me. I'd like to thank my brother and sister and Dad for helping see me with my kids while I was in prison. And all of Celi's family and her siblings for helping her also. I'd like to thank Ms. Rhonda for giving me another chance. Last but not least, you know, I gotta thank Celi, you know. She put up with my stuff for so long. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be on the stage right now. I for sure would have got kicked out after a month. Oh, wow. No, but man, I was looking at the possibility of spending the rest of my life in a prison cell. And Cece kept me focused, you know, motivated. She never gave up on me. The same as my family and her family. They never gave up on me. I love you guys. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nicole Kelsey. I'm a single mother of 3 to my son Isaiah, who's 13, my daughter Sasha, who's 11, and my baby Tyler, who's 2.